Initially, concerns about the impact of the Israel-Hamas conflict on the global economy were dismissed as nearby oil-exporting regions continued their production without disruption. Despite efforts by the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries Plus, that is OPEC Plus, to boost prices by reducing output, oil prices were on a downward trend. However, recent days have seen a swift change in the perception of the situation in West Asia. Houthi rebels based in Yemen are now targeting merchant ships navigating through the Red Sea, a crucial passage for vessels emerging from the Suez Canal. The significance of these developments is underscored by the fact that nearly 34% of global container trade and 9% of oil shipments pass through this route. The escalating conflict has heightened concerns about potential disruptions to international trade and energy supplies. The crisis remained largely unnoticed until reports surfaced of drone attacks targeting cargo ships en route to India. Among the vessels attacked, one was transporting petrochemicals and the other was an oil tanker. The US Central Command identified the origin of the first attack as Iran, while attributing the second to Houthi rebels in Yemen. These incidents underscore the growing threat of drone attacks disrupting vital imports. The situation has taken on serious implications, raising concerns about the potential disruption of crucial goods and posing a threat to India's energy security. Against the backdrop of these events, Houthi rebels controlling significant parts of Yemen and supported by Iran have aligned themselves with Hamas in its conflict with Israel. Approximately 15 such attacks have been reported since mid-December, prompting most global shipping lines to opt for the longer and more expensive route via the Cape of Good Hope. The imposition of special freight surcharges and increased insurance costs on cargoes passing through the affected region is expected to exert inflationary pressures on the world economy unless the situation improves promptly. For India, a notable aspect is that Houthi rebels are avoiding attacks on vessels associated with Russia or China. This is advantageous for India's oil supplies from Russia, which are likely to remain unaffected. Moreover, major purchases from leading West Asian oil producers are primarily shipped through the Persian Gulf. However, the recent drone strike on a crude oil tanker emphasizes the need for caution and vigilance. The crisis in the Red Sea is contributing to a rise in oil prices. While the increase has been moderate thus far, the market could experience further tightening if the issue persists. A significant concern revolves around the fate of exports to major markets in Europe and the US. If elevated freight and insurance charges persist, it could result in Indian goods becoming more expensive. Despite India's relative resilience compared to other emerging economies, coping with fresh inflationary pressures and potential shortages of critical goods may become challenging if the Red Sea crisis is not promptly resolved.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.